Hey friends of the twins, welcome back to the channel. This is Rhonda and I'm here to share with you my latest home updates. So about 2 days ago I shared with you all the video in which I put this wallpaper up here in the breakfast area. Well, that night as I stood back and I looked at it, I said to myself, I think that I need to paint the ceiling black. And so early that next morning I got up, I went and got me a little small can of black paint, and that is what you're going to be seeing here today. And that same night after I had went and bought my paint, I was looking over and talking with our friends of the twins in the comment section, and I came across Cheryl's comment. I want to say a special shout out to you, Cheryl. Cheryl had left me a comment saying, Rhonda, you should paint the ceiling black. I'm just kind of paraphrasing what she said, but yep, Cheryl and I, we definitely had telepathy when it came to this. So I am so happy that Shonda and I have this community here of like-minded women. You know, we can all just kind of get together and share decorating ideas. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when I initially started painting, I'm using a brush. And it only took me a couple of swipes to realize, Rhonda, you got to work smart, not hard. So I went and I got my roller, and it went much faster. If you're new to the channel or you missed my previous 2 videos, this is actually kind of the tail end of my wallpaper videos. I actually began with this beautiful wallpaper, and this pattern is called Birds Watching. I actually started with this in my entryway, and if you haven't seen my entryway, it's gorgeous. I'm going to have it linked for you down in the description box. You can go and watch that and then the next video, and it'll kind of get you caught up on everything. But I started in the entryway, and then I had wallpaper left over that I wanted to be sure and do something with, because this wallpaper was a little bit pricey, so I want to be sure and use it all up. But I had to be a little bit smart and strategic in the way that I hung the wallpaper, especially on the sides of the windows, because I was limited in the amount of wallpaper that I had left. And so here is the finished result, and I am completely 100% satisfied with it. I'm so glad that I went ahead and painted that part of the ceiling black. This area here in the kitchen, this breakfast nook, is not an overly large space, but it is amazing how much the wallpaper and now the black paint has added so much depth. I mentioned that in my previous video when I put this wallpaper up. This room feels a lot larger. Going darker with the colors has really made it feel larger. And it has a certain vibe to it, friends of the twins. It's very comfortable, cozy. It has a modern feel to it. A little bit of a kind of a sexy kind of vibe to it. So I am really enjoying it. I think now I can 100% scratch it off of my to-do list and get ready to move on to the next. Speaking of next, we are actually getting ready to head on into the formal dining room. I'm going to be making just a couple of changes in there for spring, and especially I want to set me an Easter tablescape. So I have shared with y'all before that I am really watching my coins. I'm saving all of my coins for my DIY project. So I have not bought any new Easter or really any new spring decor this year. So I'm just going to kind of use what I have. So I'm just going to take this bunny, and he has been a beautiful addition. Last year he was actually out on my front porch. This year, I think that I'm going to take him on into the formal dining room. And so for that, you know, he's going to need just a little bit of a makeover. Just going to go ahead and get him spray painted black. Now, because of the material that he's made of and the texture, of this bunny. He did end up needing 2 coats, and so I also let him stay outside and dry overnight. And so now it is the next day, and I'm going to be using this candle holder as a pedestal to sit my bunny on. And I am really enjoying it in black. It almost looks like a velvet. So I am just actually really enjoying that. One thing though is when I changed it to black, to me, some of the warmth went out of it. So a way to add some warmth back was to give her, she is now a girl, I gave her some eyes, and they are made of pearls. I just took a pair of earrings and used those as the eyes. And so, friends of the twins, you all know that a lot of the Joann fabrics are going out of business. So I made a trip there, and I was able to get me some pretty flowers. I knew that what I had in my stash was not going to be enough to do what I wanted to do here. And that's especially because I really wanted to just use white flowers. So I started out leaving the flowers on the stems, but it kind of got to be too bulky, especially using this type of vase or pedestal that I'm using. You know, it's kind of open air, and so just the stems are pretty long. So in just a little bit, you'll see that I did begin to just remove the flower from the stem and then just to begin placing them that way. And that made it be a lot easier. Just as I'm finishing up here, I look, the phone is ringing, and it is my little grandbaby. And so, of course, I had to take her call, and she always keeps me laughing. That little woman, I mean, she has a different phrase or a new word every week. The word of the week this week is what? Wow. With this table setting, I kind of wanted to keep it somewhat simple. That's why you don't see any stemware or any silverware. I do feel like my colors are very strong, and I'm always kind of mindful of that, in that I don't want things to be too busy or too much. And I absolutely love it. I love it. Like I mentioned before, the bunny actually looks velvet. And I'm happy that I made the choice to keep the bow black. I mean, I just really love it. It has such a simple yet elegant vibe, and I am just really enjoying my flower arrangement. Friends of the twins, I would encourage you all to just take what you have. Like I had that candle holder. Just take what you have. You would just never imagine how things can look if you just add some flowers to it. You never know that that was a candle holder, and unless I told you, you saw me put it together. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful and special day it is today. I hope that yours has been the same. As always, Shonda and I, we want you to make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us. And we'll see you again really soon in the next one.